see.
We are definitely live, because now I have the option to end this broadcast.
Now I'm behind, probably.
Gonna clean this up before YouTube figures it out. Do a little...
Yeah, we're live. I can see it on my
Do
phone.
a little house cleaning.
I can hear it on my phone.
All right.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the best damn roast battle podcast, period.
One day we'll figure out how to have a podcast.
Yeah, when we know how to go live without any hiccups, it's going to be... We're going to live up to the name eventually.
Someday. We're manifesting.
That's what we're doing. That's right. My name is Chris Manifest Destiny Paul.
Go west.
My name is Tabitha Mana Breast Destiny Jones.
And Jeremy Man with Breast. Sheer.
Enjoy these titties while you can.
Oh, okay. First of all, very quickly, I'm going to need all of you to project just a tiny little bit, because when I was YouTubing and driving when I wasn't on the podcast last week,
Yeah.
let me tell you, I had that shit in my stereo system in my car, jacked up to the loudest volume.
Yeah, we got that comment. We noticed we're trying to figure it out. There's some compression issues or something or other.
I'm going to take a second to see how it sounds on my phone.
Okay. Watch us learn how to podcast live. I think that's...
Yeah.
That
Who
seems
cares
okay.
about how Jeremy sounds?
I
Nobody.
think it's fine. Think it'll be okay. Jeremy, you're in a suit today. You're in a
Just a suit jacket.
Kentucky. So what's the Kentucky tuxedo?
Canadian tuxedo
Canadian
is
tuxedo.
jean up top, jean on bottom.
Oh yeah.
All jean.
Yeah. There's
So
that.
this would probably be like a Kentucky tuxedo.
No, this is like an old comic uniform. Jeans, suit jacket,
This is
t-shirt.
I mean, yeah, I know that, but when you wear it, you look like a man in Kentucky about to go to court.
Yeah, you look like you're gonna have to explain like why this woman said you hit her.
With his car.
Yeah.
Can we loop around to how Jeremy thought I got shot earlier?
Yeah, we were trying to figure out some of the audio. We had some hiccups. First of all, that's why we're starting late. We apologize. Thank you for your patience, Mike Gams, and Tabitha.
Yeah, I was in there.
And we heard a gunshot like just down. This is like we hear gunshots here all the
It's
time.
Cleveland.
Yeah.
And
I was running late, and even with the time that it lined up, if I had been present for the gunshots, I still would have been early. So I like that Jeremy thought, oh, she made it on time. And then she got gunned down in front of the studio.
yeah, because he's sitting here like the only reason anyone would be late to this podcast is if they've been shot, clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not just
But
that I'm lazy.
also, let me tell you, he didn't say anything to me when we heard it. He wasn't like, "Oh no, I hope that's not Tabitha being shot."
But I arrived.
He was like, "Who are they shooting at this time of day?"
There's no shooting scheduled for right now.
It is 6 p.m. Why are they shooting?
They're always shooting.
Yeah, there's somebody shooting all the time around here.
Well, usually I don't hear gunshots till at least like 11 o'clock.
People are shooting around here, and people are spurting around here.
Spurting and
Call
shooting.
back.
Spurting all over town.
I'm gonna spurt you right in the face.
I'm in an era.
I'm in my
I'm having an era.
I'm in my spurt era.
Yes. In my spurt era.
Ew. Aim it that way.
It's not. It just goes.
Ew.
I was asking about Jeremy's suit because we are doing a show after this. We're going down to the Funny Farm. I don't know. We don't need to plug it.
It's gonna be.
Yeah, it's gonna be over by the time.
No,
anybody
Mike
can get
Gams
there.
is gonna fucking hightail.
Yeah, he's gonna fly in from wherever the fuck he's
Who
at.
knows where he's at? He might be there already.
Friend of the show, Chris Scriva, invited us to do to panel the heckle mic down at the Funny Farm, so that should be fun.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Pop off, queen.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm always confused when Jeremy tries to look nice. I just
we have our sketch battle show on Saturday, and the promo photos that we took last year that I already hated like the second that they took them because I did not like the way I looked. They started sharing those again, but Jeremy reposted one and I just messaged him and I was like, I remember these photos being taken, but I feel like neither of us ever looked like that at the same time. It's like me with blue hair and Jeremy looking very normal.
those pictures, you guys look like those kids in that, what was it, Gumbo documentary? What was the documentary about the hillbilly kids in Kentucky? I know you know what this is. I think you told me about it on an old podcast. Gummo or something?
Oh, Gummo's a movie by Harmony Korine. That's just
What is it?
a fucked up movie.
It's about Xenia, Ohio.
Yeah.
Where a tornado hit.
Yeah, you guys look like kids from Xenia, Ohio in those pictures that have just barely survived the tornado.
It's like, you look like you're from Gummo and you're not Chloe Sevigny. Damn it.
It's no, it's a real yeah. It's a vibe, those pictures.
It's a vibe.
We're tired. That's the vibe.
And it's like
Yeah.
now I feel as tired as I look in those photos, but it's like that's not what I want to project.
Yeah. Do you have any, is there any period you look at pictures of yourself though and you're like, right on.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, 100%. I'm like, bitch.
I don't
thought you were
have that
ugly then?
until recently.
Oh no, I have like, I'll look back at high school pictures. I'll look back at like 23 to 25-year-old pictures and be like, you were fucking stupid hating yourself at this point.
I see. Okay. I've had such an opposite experience. I think I'm hideous up until 2 days ago.
That's the thing too, though, is that it's like, most of the time I think I'm hideous, but then like I also think I'm like really great all the time. It's like really weird to like.
It's a tough line.
It's weird to balance out. It's like, why do I hate myself so much when it's like me hating myself and then like someone will say something negative about me and I'm like, fuck you, I'm the greatest. What?
Yeah, I hate myself, but I still think I'm better than most people.
Yeah, that's that's the vibe.
I just hate them a little bit more, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess that's this is a positive takeaway for me.
We're learning
It's
things on this podcast.
a good realization for me right now, I think. What about you, Jeremy?
No,
Oh,
you already know the
we
answer
know,
to that.
Jeremy used to be hot.
Yeah, I used to be, and
I
He
forgot.
used to be hot.
I was at a
Hot
show
Jeremy
last
period.
night, and we were standing around in a circle, and Julia Mary just busts in and goes, "Let's all say what we were thinking about. Jeremy Shear looks hot." And I'm like, "How drunk are you?"
Julia's wild, man. Julia, I
sad
love
to hear
Julia.
she's still on drugs. Clearly.
Oh my god, the last time I saw Julia, I walked in and she's like, "Oh my god, is that Tabitha Jones? My panties are fucking wet." And I was like, I think that's just like default setting for you. And she's like, I'm on Zoloft. My pussy doesn't get wet. And I just went, I was alluding to the fact that I feel like you piss your pants all the time. She enjoyed that one. It was in the middle.
She just looks like she has a piss stain.
I was in the middle of my set and mentioned getting married, and Julia was like, okay, we get it. You can't win awards and have a husband, too. My favorite heckler I've ever
We're
had.
all over your winning.
I'm not. Ugh, she grunts out.
Excellent. Good. Speaking of Julia Mary,
Oh, yeah.
she'll be on the next roast battle. Let's get some house cleaning out of the way.
Julia Mary v. Jimmy Killius, right?
Yeah.
I think she might just go on stage and hog tie him and slit his throat. Honestly?
I bet Jimmy is a bleeder. He's like a Ric Flair level bleeder.
Oh, yeah.
Eat your aspirin, buddy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Eat ass, buddy?
Eat aspirin?
Oh, okay. I got really excited for this show.
Blood thinners. That's what wrestlers do so they can really bleed like a stuffed pig out there.
Wow.
A stuffed pig?
Yeah. What is the saying?
A stuck pig.
A stuck pig. Look how excited he got to correct me. He was like 10 years of podcasting and radio, and I haven't had this opportunity.
Bro had
We're gonna
a literal-
roast you for being an idiot now.
Actually, I can't believe he didn't just stick his finger up. It's like, push his glasses up.
Shut up, ugly.
I wanted to go further into it and see like if you really believe that or if you just misspoke before I started.
Shut
jumping
up, ugly. Shut up, ugly.
Shut your ugly ass up.
in. I can't win here.
We just love to chant.
I said stuffed pig. Because image wise, mentally, I imagine a pig stuffed with something would bleed more.
No, see, when you say stuffed pig, I'm imagining like a roast pig with an apple in its mouth.
Like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Too.
And it's not going to bleed because it's already deliciously roasted.
Okay, that makes sense. A stuck pig. What is he stuck in though?
No, he's been stuck by a blade.
A stuck pig. A stabbed pig.
Yeah.
That's a dumb saying.
Yeah.
This is bad as
make it up.
That's as bad as I'm pulling out all the stops. What do you? What were they doing? I don't even know what that means.
They were pulling out all the stops, Chris.
No
You know-
stops.
Yeah, they were just
I'm
going.
pulling them out.
They were just going. They were going balls to the wall, pulling out all the stops.
I
Zero
incorrectly said pulling out all the stobs one time because I just thought that was a saying and I didn't know what stobs were, but I just thought it was the saying, and it was a very similar moment.
So what we're learning is you don't actually really know any sayings.
I know something close to the sayings.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, roast battle.
Yeah. Next Saturday, May 31st.
I'm fighting this ugly bitch.
Yeah, we're gonna battle.
We're gonna battle.
Are you writing new jokes?
Maybe.
Are you in bitch mode?
Oh yeah, I'm going bitch mode.
You get real weird before a battle when you're like really hating on somebody.
I do. I get really a bit weird before a battle. If I'm really hating on someone, I get really weird before a battle if I find the person I'm battling attractive. So I'm like, oh God, I've had to look at your face for so long, just trying to think hateful thoughts. And now you're here in front of me.
I don't find very many people attractive, but
That's great for you.
I do get tired of thinking about the person before by the time I go to battle them.
I don't know. I can't separate like thinking about someone a lot negatively and positively, you know? So I end up being like, I have to think about this person to hate them. And then like 3 weeks later, I'm like, Helga on Hey Arnold, and I got their shit in a locket, you know? Just like, you beautiful fool, how I hate you and how I loathe you and how I love you. And it's like, we've never met.
It is, because roast battle, you do have to like it's a weird like combination of like you have to kind of like somebody to talk to them that way. I think, in my opinion, I think we talked about it last week, but I don't like battles. I don't like when people suggest like, oh, these two should battle because they had a fist fight or something.
Yeah,
Right.
And it's
like
like
that's not gonna be fun.
Yeah, nobody's gonna have fun doing that, and then the insults are gonna be like too real, and it's gonna be uncomfortable.
Exactly.
I don't like couples roast battling.
Okay.
I'm not a fan of that. I think it's weird.
Can you think of a good one?
I saw clips of a good one. Moshe Cash. What's the couple? Moshe Kasha.
Sorry to this
Is gonna
man.
be
I
like-
don't know these men. We're learning Chris can't say anything today.
Yeah. They're a famously married comedy couple that.
Well, apparently not that famous.
Well, I feel like a dick.
Yeah, he saw one. He can't say shit about it.
Yeah, it was okay, but it's always like his dick don't work 5 times, and then she's ugly or her pussy's too big, or it's just.
Well, you see, I'd be making those jokes about people I'm not fucking.
I think that's better if.
Your dick don't work. I don't know.
I think that's better if you clearly don't know. I don't know. I don't like happy people.
His dick don't work, and I'm making assumptions about it.
Yeah, I think that's funnier. I don't know. I always I hate couples on podcasts and like radio when like back in the day when Howard Stern would have his girlfriends call in and
Ew.
ugh.
That sounds disgusting.
Yeah, it was I don't know. I can't think of any good.
Maybe on any sort of program besides Howard Stern, like that could be a fun dynamic.
There was a Kevin Smith and his wife Jen did a podcast for several years.
Don't even get me started on wife guy Kevin Smith and how he just loves to tweet about how much he loves his wife's ass and pussy.
And her taint.
And her taint, yeah.
That
What the
show
fuck?
was so not good. And I liked all the shows he was doing. I'm a big Kevin Smith mark. And the one with his wife was just like, all right, we get it. You're in love. No
wife
one cares.
guys. You either have the wife guys that are like, because there's wife guys all over. And it's like, you either have the ones where it's like, ugh, we get it. You really love your fucking wife. Shut up. Or you have the ones where you're like, you're overcompensating.
Yeah,
You're actively cheating on your wife.
hate this bitch.
You're actively cheating on your wife and trying to be like, I love my wife, i.e. Ned from the Try Guys.
I've never seen this.
Oh,
Try Guys.
he was the wife guy of the group. He loved his wife. Everything was about his wife. Him and his wife were making YouTube content together. They had a date night cookbook together. Twist. He's fucking one of his employees, fucking him in cars in public. Shit's crazy, dude.
That's a good place to fuck.
It came out that he was cheating on his wife with someone that like was working with their YouTube channel, and then like right after that came out, the Try Guys snark Reddit page put 2 and 2 together, dug up a fucking post from the Nextdoor app of someone being like, people are fucking in this car, and they took a picture of the fucking license plate and then tied it to Ned from the Try Guys car.
But internet sleuths are the craziest people.
Indeed.
I love them.
I loved it. Remember right after January 6th when everybody was just, it was COVID and everybody was just on their fucking computers reporting people in the videos to the FBI. Like, I know that guy, I found that guy.
He's digging it up.
I knew someone that saw somebody she knew on the videos, and he happened to be wearing a coat with his landscaping company in Columbus.
Dumb.
And totally got him, like, he got busted.
Dumb.
But they've all been pardoned now because they're fucking heroes.
Shut up. Well,
But at any rate, it was fun when people just kept busting them all the time.
Internet sleuths are fun, but there's something to be said about being handed a file with somebody's information in it.
excuse you?
It's
Explain.
something that has happened due to the radio show that I do.
Oh. I've been getting curious ever since I had someone admit that they fucking paid for a background check on me for roast battle.
Oh yeah.
I've been very curious about just like, I want to background check everyone. I want to see what happens. I want to background check myself.
We know somebody that can do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
Because they have to do that for their work.
Okay. All right.
But I don't think it's free.
I'm going to background check the background checker.
Yeah. Who watches The Watchmen? That's the conundrum. Classic.
You tell me you background checked me, I'm background checking you.
It's a tale as old as time.
I'm going to background check you and see if I would hire you.
For what? To get roasted?
No, it's just
You're
like
hired.
it's just like a thing they do for jobs. They're like, you gotta pass the background check. So that's like the only thing that I could imagine a background check being for.
Yeah.
I'll hire you at this Barnes and Noble.
I don't really know what I excuse me. I don't know what I would
No.
what I think what would a background check do for roast battle other than like you've been arrested for this thing.
Yeah, that was specifically, they said they did the background check to find out what my dad went to jail for.
Jesus.
And I was like, you could have asked me. And he
Yeah,
was like,
that's-
it was more fun this way.
I don't think that's fun.
And I was like, oh, I'm learning a lot about you.
That's wild. I'm of the opinion that whatever is in the questionnaires, which we can get more into that, but whatever people put in the questionnaire is the stuff they're comfortable with having out there
Mhm.
in roast battles.
Yeah.
So to me, like, I stick to the shit that's on there.
See, I thought it was funny. It's like you paid for a background check to figure out why my dad went to jail, and then you didn't even write a joke about my dad going to jail.
It just wasn't that funny once
you
you
just-
saw the report.
You just spent money to learn about me. So, like, what's that say about you? I've got a fan.
Jeremy, what would your background check prove?
Only that I got arrested in 2012, and other than that, I don't think there's anything left on there.
Wait a minute, were you Coney?
Yes,
Oh, my God.
yes, I have an army of child soldiers. So that's
Jeremy was Coney Dog 2012.
Yeah, you covered in chili and cheese, you fat bitch.
Oh, if only.
What were you arrested for?
Having a lot of weed along with a lot of cash and a scale and some bags.
So
Intent to
you-
distribute.
It was no, they just said straight up trafficking.
Oh, shit.
He was gonna get high and wrap a plastic bag around his balls while sitting on a scale.
Not the balls.
I can't think of a situation where it's like I need a plastic bag around my balls.
I can.
Okay, what's the plan there?
You're trying to lose ball weight.
Mm.
A chill Friday night. That's the plan.
I
It's
forgot.
Friday night. Plastic
There's
bag
also-
around the balls.
Yeah.
There's also bees in the bag.
Oh, okay.
That's what it's like a ball torture thing.
Oh.
Jimmy Killius and Julia Mary are gonna battle.
Maybe there will be ball torture.
Perhaps
CBT.
ball torture.
CBT. CBT.
I'm actually I'm pretty excited to watch that battle because they're both just unhinged
They're both just
people.
insane people, and I love them.
I'm surprised that battle didn't happen back a few years ago when Julia was battling all the time.
Yeah, no, that there was never a proper battle between them, but I just remember Julia throwing Jimmy into traffic outside of the Odeon.
Mm.
I forgot we did her on shows at the Odeon too. I don't think we mentioned that in the Lost podcast where we went
Oh
over
yeah, I don't think
yeah.
we did.
the history.
not.
The Odeon days, making me go fucking pay for parking in the flats.
I Ubered every.
Shut up.
Shut your ugly ass up.
No, that was more of a general shut up to the idea of paying for park. But here's the thing: the first few times I paid for parking, and then one time the app wouldn't work, and I was like, I'm never paying for parking ever again, and nothing happened.
Yeah, you can take your chances in most places.
Yeah, we'll be fine.
Most of the time I find these days, authority is too lazy to do anything unless you piss them off.
Yeah.
Unless it's a personal vendetta, you can get away with most stuff anymore.
Who else is on the show next week?
Okay.
I just realized.
Jeremy's battling John Brown.
Yep.
Okay.
You and me, Julia and Jimmy,
Pope and Dave,
Pope
ain't
and
it?
David Heron. Dave Heron.
David Heron?
I said David. I don't know why I said David.
And it's
Dave
gonna be a
Heron.
3-round battle.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
return
doing
to
3
form.
rounds. We're going to 3 jokes, 1 minute, then 3 jokes.
Yep.
Because sudden death, 1 joke is I don't know if it's enough for the title. But we also didn't want to cuz we thought about just leaving it at 1 round. But all the champs in the history of the show have had to do multiple rounds, and so we don't want to diminish Pope's run or Dave's win by reducing it to just the 1 round.
This is true.
So
I do like the idea of having the last round be 3 jokes because it just seems like shitty to work so hard on 2 rounds and then 1 joke can lose it for you.
yeah, I've had some pretty I guess it's been 50-50. I've had battles where I just had nothing in the last. Like I was just like I lost. That was my last joke. My sudden death joke is I lost.
Mm.
I always try to come prepared with 7 jokes for a 5 joke battle.
You know, at this point, I'm pushing towards like 15-ish. My new strategy is because I want to memorize more of them. I'll try to memorize like 10, and then whichever 5 I actually end up saying are the ones I go with.
Oh,
like
I go through meticulous planning with I'll write probably about 15. I'll pick my favorite 7, and then I'll write out all 7 on individual note cards, and then it honestly feels like a deck building game at that point, where I'm laying out, okay, this is a good opener, but this is very, very strong. Do I then put that in my 5 lineup, or do I leave my strongest for sudden death because I have a feeling we're going to go to sudden death? There's been battles where I have not done my favorite joke that I have written because I saved it for sudden death because I was not going to lose if we went to sudden death.
I had that same problem with Scriva. My favorite joke I saved. I was really hoping it would go to sudden death. But that's how it goes sometimes.
That's the way the cookie crumbles, bitch.
I think the hardest part has been like I write like short little retorts and getting them memorized to be used has been a struggle. Like aside from the 5 that I already have. Once I figure out how to do that, I think my battles will get a lot better.
I've had a couple of battles now. The one at the mothership and one with Mike Eaton where the initial 5 jokes turned into 8 or 9 because we just kept going, and so I'm trying to write more and more for each battle now and just remember what I can. It's just because I can never remember 5. Just if I write 5, I'm gonna remember 3. So I write 10, so I have 6 or 7 in my.
Yeah.
Mm.
Whoa, is that a killer clown from outer space on your desk?
It is.
Let's fucking go. I love killer clowns from outer space.
So good.
Dylan won't watch it because the killer clowns disgust him.
They are very wet.
They're very gross. And but you know what I'm holding over his head is the fact that I had never seen either of the Gremlins. And so Dylan was like, we should watch Gremlins. So we watched the first Gremlins together, and I declare, I am viscerally disgusted by the Gremlins. I hate them. And Dylan goes, oh, come on, let's watch Gremlins 2. And I said, okay, I guess this is the compromise in marriage that they're talking about. So I watch Gremlins 2, and I hate them even more. There's a scene in Gremlins 2 where a gremlin gets shredded by a fucking paper shredder. And you know what? I wasn't even happy that the gremlin got destroyed. I was just grossed out that that's what it looks like when a gremlin gets fucking paper shredded. So anytime he's like, ooh, the killer clowns are gross, I'm like, Gremlins 1, Gremlins 2. You made me watch 2 movies where I wanted to barf the whole time. We're watching the killer clowns, Dylan.
But they're in New York.
Killer Clowns has like that, the title song, Killer Clowns, so good. That guitar riff, it's so fucking good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay, anyway.
The song is great. The tent
It's
is
amazing.
fun. It's a very fun movie, and it is they're disgusting. They're in that, like, there's like a thing in horror, especially like B movies, where it's just like a wet, like, I think the guy that did Reanimator was like the first one I heard talk about it, where it's like he just like this wet look on the gross shit, like the gross out horror. That's just it's like wet and chunky. It's like
Chunky.
disgusting. Yeah, like the clown in the Spawn movie with John Leguizamo plays the fat clown.
Let's go.
It's just
Johnny
all
Legs.
fucking sweaty and wet and ugh.
I love John Leguizamo so much. You guys
He's
fuck with The Pest?
I've never watched it, but I rented it from the library one time, and they wanted to charge me $80 because I never got around to watching it, but I had it for months. And I tried. It was one of those VHS back when like you would get them, and they would have like special VHS material because they were like from the library, and it would cost a lot more. I don't know if that's real or if they lied.
No, that was the actual cost of VHSs back then. That was the only way the studios would allow like home video, is if they charged a ridiculous amount of money for the tapes.
The Pest
No,
came out in like
not-
96.
Yeah, not by this point. The library was still claiming that they used copies like that, but I don't know. Maybe they did.
It depends on what deal they had with the studio. I mean, eventually it came to the point where it became so cheap that the studio was like, just destroy these when you're done with them.
I was close. The Pest came out in 97 and clocking in at 1 hour, 25 minutes. Couldn't even get to an hour and a half. They couldn't even let Johnny Legs vamp for 5 more minutes.
Sometimes that's a good amount of movie though.
I need y'all though. The opening scene of The Pest is so bad. He sings a song. It's amazing.
I believe you.
Oh my god.
I saw that movie, but I blanked out.
I watched the shit out of The Pest. I thought you were gonna pull it up.
Yeah, please don't pull up The Pest.
No, Chris is just clicking and clacking over there.
Well, I was looking, just trying to. Okay, just wanted to make sure we were actually.
Yeah, we're fine. I'm keeping an eye on it on my phone.
It looked at the bottom a minute ago. It looked like we didn't have visual, like we were just doing audio, which is just podcast. But anyways, everything's fine.
So back to the past.
The pest podcast, the best damn pest podcast. Period.
Let's go. I love the pest. I love the pest. I actually haven't seen The Pest in like 25 years at this point, so I don't know if I love The Pest.
I don't remember. I like I said, I just paid $80 for it and never watched it.
You guys ever see Corky Romano?
No.
No, I haven't.
Chris Kattan is the son of like a mob boss, but he's the black sheep of the family and he's a veterinarian. And then the mob is like, we need someone to work for us that they would never suspect. We're bringing Corky on this one. And it's Chris Kattan just fucking up for probably also an hour and 25 minutes.
Yeah, roughly. I think a lot of those SNL movies were like, they were stretching a sketch into an entire movie. So
I
they're
don't know
all
if
like
that was
an hour
even a
and 20.
sketch. I think that was just an orig.
Maybe. I don't
Is
remember.
orig a word, or did you just make that up?
Original. Sorry, I'm cool and hip and young and shorten my fucking words, Jeremy. Orig.
You should be apologizing for that. I'll be honest with you.
Well, you know what? Good thing I was sarcastically apologizing, so you didn't get a real apology out of me.
Shut your ugly ass up, you
I'm
old
gonna shoot
fuck.
you, Jeremy.
You're so old.
I just want to fucking talk about Corky Romano with my friends, okay?
Old ass bitch.
There's a scene where they
How
dress...
are we calling me old when she's like, let's talk about this 20-year-old Saturday Night Live movie?
Because
Listen
Ages.
here. Oh my God. How old were you when that 20-year-old Saturday Night Live movie came out?
I was renting out to children at Blockbuster.
It's not even, I don't even think it's an actual sketch. It's just a movie with a man who was on Saturday Night Live. And exactly, you were renting it to children like me. You, older than me,
That is
making you
accurate.
the old-ass bitch.
yeah,
I'm just saying you are farther along than you would like to admit.
Oh no.
What the fuck? Don't you guys got somewhere to fucking be so I can leave? Because I
Oh,
have somewhere to be
Jeremy.
at home with my husband who loves me, who will never call me old.
Yet.
Oh, Jeremy. Other roast battle
This
news
is like the
this
time you
week.
made me cry at East End, Jeremy.
in a roast battle.
He's like, he, I will say funny things and hurtful, truthful things. And then Tabitha's going to cry in her car. Yeah.
That did happen.
Listen, you want to go there with shit about me, Jeremy? I'll make this real as hell. I'll fucking derail this whole podcast. See what happens when you fucking suggest that I'm old? That this decrepit man is sitting here and saying, yeah, you're farther along than you'd like to admit. You're basically dead. Anyway.
We've been on the board three of the last 4 weeks.
You guys ever seen Coneheads? How about
Jeremy
that?
rented it out to children.
How about that? You guys want to talk about Coneheads instead? So we're talking SNL movies? I can't wait to clip this shit.
In roast battle news, this week we got on the board again.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
did.
Shout out Skippy Rose and Elliot Jaros.
Elliot Jerus.
Jerus.
Can we start sending phonetic spelling over to these people?
Maybe. I think you got it close enough. They got the number 4 battle this week. That's we're on the board 3 of the last 4 weeks.
That
So
was the number 5 battle.
It was,
was number
5.
5.
Yeah.
That's 4 points for number 5, I think, or is it 3?
I don't know.
It's 3 points. Number 5 for 3 points. At any rate, we're at 9 points now, and we are not in the conversation for relegation. We're about halfway up.
Yeah.
There's a handful of cities doing much worse.
If we can beat all of Canada, I will be happy.
Yeah, I can't co-sign on the Canada hate right now. Canada, the 51st state. I think we should be supportive of our brothers to the north. You're so uncomfortable. She ripped you in half, dog.
I was checking to make sure the podcast was still working too.
What were you just like all of a sudden it got real and then it was going to shut down?
Yeah, it was like
Like
she's
someone was
screaming
gonna-
too much. She's yelling too much.
Somebody's gonna stop us. So Elliot and Skippy, shout out.
We're fine.
Good job on
Chris Clem says
on your
Tabitha
battle.
looks her age, but Jeremy still looks 30 years older than he is. So that's what the chat has to say.
Yeah.
That's what the chat has to say about that.
You old bitch.
Mike
Yes, I
Gams
would
says
say-
Skippy versus Elliot was great. Way to pick up points. Thank you, Mike Gams. Mike Gams, do you think I look old? Mike Gams, if you had to guess how old I was, how old would you guess? I can get closer to the camera if you need me to.
Jeremy, this would have gone better for you if you called her fat.
Yeah, it really would have.
Anything but old. Have you not met the two of us?
Yes, I have.
You old piece of shit.
I have. I met the two of you and agreed to
You're like 4
take
months.
a large amount of abuse on a weekly basis, and occasionally I will fire back.
That doesn't go well.
Occasionally it does not.
Tabitha looks half Jeremy's age.
Half easily. You're an infant.
Yep.
Basically.
I'm a baby. Or what if he's saying Jeremy looks 100 and I look 50? Do you like I stared into your eyes as I came to that realization?
That's not good.
100.
Oh, someone in the chat says Tabitha looks so beautiful and youthful and amazing, and I wish I looked just like her. It was just in the chat. I didn't see where it came from.
Oh.
Not a clue, huh?
Tap dancing rats.
No. I don't know who that is.
Charles Wilson.
Where is Charles? Okay, Charles hasn't been in this chat the whole time.
He's followed us to Instagram,
Is
so
Charles okay?
he's commented on some battles on the old IG page at this point.
Okay, I look 30 plus and Jeremy looks 60 plus. That's
Yeah.
what Mike Gams says.
That's true.
I'm not quite 60 plus.
Shut
your
up!
ugly ass
Shut
up.
60-year-old stupid bitch.
I mean,
You 60
I
plus
look
year old
at
stupid bitch.
pictures of 60-year-old people all day. I don't have
You're
the wrinkles
ancient.
You
You're
look at pictures
ancient.
of 60-year-old people all day and you say, I look exactly like that. I see that in the mirror staring back at me.
If you were gray, if you were a turd, you'd be all gray and stuck to the
yeah,
carpet.
he'd be a white dog poop.
You'd be pure white and not even stink anymore.
for. Oh, if only.
You'd be dusty. You'd be a dusty old poop.
So fucking old. Old and ugly.
I'm never coming back to the podcast if this is how it goes. Or I'm going to come back to the podcast next week and I'm going to have so much Botox.
Just your face isn't gonna move
I'm
at
just
all.
going to have a stretched face. I was
Oh,
like, so what are
boy.
we talking about this week, guys?
The title of this one is "Don't Call Tabs Old."
Everybody has their thing, I guess.
It's amazing to me that it's taken you this long to find it.
Well,
I've never seen you hit a nerve with Tabitha like this. In 9 years
Did
of
you
roast
see how
battles,
like I was slumped against the couch and he said that and I I fucking reanimated.
how dare you?
Now I am going to dye my hair because I have so many gray hairs. And before I was like, it's just cool and quirky. But now that Jeremy's calling me old, guess a trip to Sally Beauty Supply is needed.
You know where Jeremy shops? Sally Ugly Supply.
Oh!
She did a lap.
You ugly bitch! Jeremy's so ugly.
How ugly is he?
He's so ugly, he makes me want to kill myself. Is that a good joke?
Yes.
Yeah, we're just going to submit that as our next battle.
Number 1.
Number 1 battle in the world.
For the rest of forever. This is a really fun podcast, guys.
Unfortunately, it is time for us to wrap up.
Chris Clem says Jeremy looks like he graduated high school with Chris Clem's dad. Chris Clem's dad is 115 years old.
It's pretty old.
115. Yes, we went to the same Catholic school.
Damn, we gotta wrap this shit up right as I'm popping off.
Yeah, we got to wrap up. Me and Jeremy got to get to an early bird special for his old ass. We're trying to get to Denny's while he can still get his eggs cheap.
Bro, this is late. It's 7 p.m. This is late night dining for old ass Jem.
Yeah.
Uh,
Why do you think I do all these improviser shows? Because they end early.
the senior discount ends around bedtime for him, so it's almost time to wrap up. It's 7 Eastern.
Well, this was a crazy time, guys. Remember how I almost shot Jeremy?
Yeah, I'm glad we didn't have a gun here. This started with a gunshot and nearly ended with one.
Let me tell you. I got shooters.
Come back next week.
See if Tabitha hasn't murdered me on Saturday.
Come back next week and watch us execute Jeremy live on our YouTube channel. We're just
Even
trying
if
to build
you
a channel.
don't, can you just put a bag over my head? Like
Shut
you're
your
trying to
old ass
Shut
up!
Jeremy! Shut up!
Never! It's never happening. You should know that by now.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
Please do.
All right. I'm going to do the plugs now.
Okay. All right, we got business to do.
Come back next week to find out if we execute Jeremy like a fucking... We're going to make a beheading video with Jeremy next week.
Shut up.
Next week, Thursday at 6:30, we'll be starting a little bit later. Come out to the Funny Stop May 31st for Roast Battle. Catch some of the battles we mentioned. We'll all be there. Some other great funny battlers. And I'll be there featuring all weekend with Angelica Skinura. Go check out Tabitha and her youthful ways at SeaWorld Ashtray on Instagram. Jeremy at Dirty Shear, wherever you social media at. And Chris E. Paw, not with a Y, Chris E. My middle initial is E, as in Edward. Well, it's actually Edward.
Oh, I thought it was E as in ew.
I thought it would be funny to say as in something else, but never mind.
Okay.
I had a bit in my head, but it didn't come out. Anyways, what the fuck ever. That's it. That's the show for the week.
Thanks for listening to me scream a whole bunch. My throat hurts now.
Yeah, we're gonna go have a talking to with Jeremy on how to talk to women.
Oh, yes. This is clearly an all-women problem and not Tabitha overreacting.
Weight and age, Jeremy.
Why the fuck is he still going in on me?
Because I do not give a fuck.
Get my strangling hands ready if I could fit him around your fucking fat ass neck.
Tabitha, would you like to sign us off? I reverted to the old show. You always got the last word, the last quote.
The last Shrek quote.
Yeah. It wasn't always Shrek, was it?
It was
Usually Shrek.
It was different movie quotes, but I delivered them all like Shrek.
That's right.
I think one time I did what was it? I gotta think of a good sign off. Hold on 1 second. Forget it, Jack. It's Chinatown.
I know, but it made for good video. But I was just like, if I don't react to it, it gets more awkward, and it gets more awkward, and it gets more awkward. Let's see where we can take it. I think people are gonna like it.
This is hilarious. I love having a feed to watch myself react, because in the moment I just know how I'm reacting, but then to actually see me flip out, the moment where I'm just like
You want to drive or do you want me to drive?
I'll drive.